Hey guys, and welcome back. So I am getting ready to go over or rather finalize our October budget, and I thought I would share that with you guys. Now it has definitely been quite some time since I did a budget with me video, and to be completely honest, it has been quite some time since I gave my budget some real attention. Let me just say that. We, for the most part, well, I say we, but it's me. For the most part, over the last couple months towards the end of the summer, the budget has been like the last thing on my mind. Literally, it's just like whatever. Something gets paid, it gets paid. If it don't, well, kind of thing. But anyways, when you know better, you do better. So I am here to do better. So I am going to be finalizing my October budget. I had to go through the bank account, guys. That was just a mess to reconcile everything and figure out this, and the other. I don't know if it was a mess, and I will say this. I guess when you get to a certain point in your financial walk, journey, etc., where you have income coming in, you know you have enough to cover your expenses, you kind of get relaxed, or at least I did. I got relaxed in actually making sure that things were coming out of the account, coming out on time, and moving extra monies towards debt, savings, and all that stuff there. Literally, the account has just been there. And we have not really been doing much as to cash envelopes, as I have just not made the time to get to the bank, pull out cash, and all that stuff there. It is really just me being lazy and not wanting to go in that side of town. But nonetheless, I know better, so I am going to start doing better, because I tell you, we have spent way too much money just swiping that debit card. For us, I know for a fact, for myself and my hubby, we just function better on a cash-based system versus, oh, you want to go and, grab something at the grocery store, swipe the card. No. If it's cash in hand and you only got 30 bucks to spend, that's it, $30. So anyways, nonetheless, I'm going to turn the camera around, stop jabbering pretty much, and go over October's budget. In other news, disregard all that you see back here. This office is a hot mess. Like, I started moving my office downstairs from upstairs over the summer, and life happens, and I didn't get everything completed. Like, the office is functional. I can sit here and do what I need to do, but there's still a bunch of random piles, as you see, that I'm still working through. But hey, I have learned one task at a time, and right now I'm focused on October's budget. So let's get into the numbers. Alright, so I'm going to pull out the bill log for October out of the bill binder. That way it's a little bit easier to work with and all that stuff there. So let me do that without showing too much information, etc., etc. So again, for anyone that may be new here, hi and welcome. Just to give you a quick FYI, we are a family of 6, 7 when you include Lola the pug. It is myself, my hubby, and we have 4 kiddos, ages 17, soon to be 18, ages 13, soon to be 14, then 11, and 7. So quite the busy family, to say the least. Okay, so I have the bill log out, and then I also have my cheat sheet for my sync funds, as well as my weekly cash envelopes. Now, what I do is I use a bill log. This is something I just simply created myself using a legal sheet of paper. I keep a master copy of this in the bill binder and just make a copy for each month. Our bills at this point are pretty much the same every single month. Of course, utilities do fluctuate. They go up, they go down, etc. But for the most part, the bills that we have to pay every month is the same. However, of course, we do have those random expenses that are due only a few times a month, like your auto insurance. We pay that every 6 months. The HOA, Lola's insurance, things like that. So for those things, we have sync funds that we fund each and every month. So when that bill comes due, the money is there all at once to pay it, pretty much. So instead of us having to, budget out $600 something for auto insurance when it comes up for renewal in January, that $600 something is already in there, because we have put in $110 every month, pretty much, to cover it when that bill comes due. I hope that makes sense. So again, this is the bill log. I pretty much already filled it in. What I have done is all of our bills It's kind of set up in 5-day increments. So from the 1st to the 5th, I know that the mortgage is due and the house alarm. From the 6th to the 10th, these bills here, and then so on. Now, it took us some time to get our bills and our expenses set up this way. It did not happen overnight. It took me calling companies, working the due dates around our pay dates and things like that. And then over the years, I have been doing this for quite some time. So over the years, our pay dates have changed and all that stuff there. But even so, having our bills structured like this still seems to work for us. Nothing gets cut off, thank God. Nothing is not able to get paid, so on and so forth. So anyways, all that in a bag of chips. I'm sure I have a video on it. If I do, I'll link that video down below. All right, so we are in the month of October. What I'm going to go ahead and do is calculate everything and then write out my total. So what I do is every month I go ahead and I list the budgeted amount of what I'm expecting these expenses to be, the bills to be, and then the actual amount. So for instance, some bills I know exactly how much it's going to be. Our mortgage is the same every month, $1,296. So I will put the exact amount. Our house alarm is actually $44 and like 98 cents or something like that. I just rounded up to $45 to make it even. Same thing with the gym membership. It's actually $21.70. I just rounded up to make it even, so on and so forth. So I will write in black the budget amount. Then when I get the actual statement in, whether it comes in by email or paper, which I'm definitely a paper and pen gal, so any companies that are still willing to send me out a physical bill, I get a physical bill for that bill, and then I put it in the bill binder. So anyways, I will go ahead and put in the budgeted amount, and then once that bill actually comes in, I'll write down the actual amount. And then the same is true if I ended up paying more towards a bill. Let's say we paid a little bit more towards our mortgage, or we had a late fee because we forgot to pay a bill, which I did that last month, I believe it was, the month of August. I forgot to pay the light bill. Don't know how that happened. The money was there. Anyways, it didn't get paid until September. So instead of just writing in how much September bill was, I actually wrote in how much I actually paid for lights, due to the fact that I had or forgot to pay August, etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and stop chapping away and add up all these numbers so that I get my totals. We do not share actual income amounts. Hubby's not on board with that, so he just don't. So therefore, I won't write in the income, and I won't write in our tithes because we do give 10%. So if I wrote that in, then of course you would know exactly how much our income is per month. So moving on. Now I do plan to share like hustle income and probably business income as well. I'm not doing the daycare full time, but I do still receive income from the daycare because I have part-time families, if you will, before and after school kids. So anyways, I'll probably still share that towards the end of the month. We'll go over that. Okay, so for our sync funds this month, 110 needs to go for auto insurance, 75 for Lola's insurance, HOA is 40, tax software is 200. Come the top of the year, I'll be purchasing TurboTax again, so I'll need to have the money for that. Amazon Prime is going to be due at the end of the year as well. So what I do is, this is the amount that it is for the entire month. Then I will come in and write down the bi-weekly amount, the weekly payment, and then I will end up, I will add it all up and write in exactly how much I put towards these sync funds. So let me do that. Let's see how many weeks we have in this month anyway. So in October, so 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 4 weeks. The 2nd of November falls on the last week in October, but I'm going to go with 4 weeks. So bi-weekly, 110 divided by 2 would be 55. Then if I did that divided by 4, it will be $27.50. So for instance, the hubby gets paid every 2 weeks, so that's what our income, our main source of income comes from. So if I just did it based on his paycheck, then every 2 weeks I will be putting in $55 for auto insurance. If I did it on hustle money, so for instance, I may get some hustle money from couponing or something, the daycare the hubby may get it from doing Uber or his sports stuff. So then I will put it in weekly. It would be $27.50. So this just at a glance lets me know, okay, what's going on? Where do I need to put, like, if we get extra money in, it's not money that we could just blow. Where do we need to allocate this money, and so on. So it's just a way to kind of keep us on track. So 75 divided by 2 for every 2 weeks would be $37.50. And then by 4 weeks would be $18.75. And I have also found that when you break it down like this, it just seems so much more durable, if that makes sense. It makes you realize that, okay, wait a minute, I'm only putting $13.33 away a week in order to go ahead and cover my HOA dues at the end of the year. That's not so, so bad or so hard to do. Now, let me also add, we start these sync funds, I can tell you the exact date because I have a list. And again, I have a video on that as well, but I have a master list of when sync funds need to be started to make sure we meet the amount that we're going to need when that bill becomes due, if that all makes sense. And I'll link all these videos down below, either in the description box, at the end of the video, comments, or somewhere for you guys. So, for instance, the HOA, I have been putting $40 away since the top of the year for the HOA, and that's going to equal my $500 to pay my HOA bill at the end of the year. Now, Lola's insurance, we started back on, let's see here, June. I started back in June, putting $75 away a month to cover her insurance, which is due in December. So by the top of December, we will have the entire $420 that's for her insurance, and so on. So again, this is my master copy. I do this every single year for the expenses that we know are going to be coming up and things that we're saving up for as well. So there you have that. Okay, so back to this. So then the tax software is $200. So we did it. Well, I'm gonna show you. Didn't need to divide that. You knew that was $100, but whatever. Every week would be $50 that we would need to put in. And again, I'm just dividing that by 400. So we got by 400 by 4 weeks. We got 4 weeks in a month, so it would be $50 a week. And then on Amazon bi-weekly, it would be $50. And then every week would be $25 to cover that. So I'm going to be pulling out $25 on Ibotta. I mean, that $25 could be going towards the sync fund for Amazon, if you will. That's kind of how it works. So that is that. Now I'm going to add up how much all over. I added it up. So it's $525 total that we're going to be putting towards the sync funds all together. Now the fun begins with adding up our weekly cash envelope and the amount that we're going to be cash flowing this month. Now, quick side note, you will see that I have school loan written here. This is the hubby school loan that we're still paying on. Once I get the new statement in, I will come in and write down the balance here. And I typically like to write it down in red, just that way it stands out that that's what we have going on. So that's the one debt right now that we're working to pay off. So any extra income and any income left after all of our expenses are met will go to that debt snowball no matter what. So that's how we do that. Okay, so now I'm going to write out, again, cash envelopes. So now we can tally up how much we're going to be spending towards our cash envelopes, cash flowed items, just spending money. I'm writing out these numbers already, saying to myself, goodness gracious, that's a lot of money coming out of pockets. Family fund, nope, not that one. $450, woo. 180, 630, and I feel like I forgot something. Kids payroll. I need to add that in. Kids payroll. And for the kids, we have a set amount that we do monthly, but I really don't think we're going to use that entire amount, just because, again, those older 2 kiddos, they've been tripping. They weren't doing their stuff, so we went on strike for 2 weeks. Anyways, they didn't get paid, and so on and so forth. So we'll see about that. Okay, so 150, 600, 250, 285, 54, skipping that one, 120, 450, 180, 630. Ooh, good Lord, that's a lot of money going. $3,119. Ooh. Okay, so let me break this down and explain this. So again, our cash envelopes, we spend cash in most common categories. So for groceries, couponing that I do, the auto gas, our personal blow money, hair and nails, Lola, so on and so forth. It's really at the end of the day no different than swiping your debit card, because you leave all the cash in the bank account. But for us, we take out what we need in cash and we spend only that amount. So if our grocery bill for the month is $100, well, that's all we have is $100. So we don't need to go over that. Anyways, moving on. Let me break this out. So for groceries, I'm budgeting out $100. Again, I have money in Ibotta, checkout 51, and Fetch that I will be cashing out. My pantry and my freezer is completely stocked, so I really don't see us needing anything. This would be more so of those filler items and any good deals that I may come across with couponing, any closeouts and stuff like that I'll pick up. So $100 will definitely carry us. So I have 25 in Ibotta, 25 in checkout 51. I have a ton of points in Fetch, so I can definitely get gift cards to Walmart and probably a few other places if need be. And I'm pretty sure I may have some money in savings store. I need to check that app and see. So anyways, that's the plan for that. Now, I'm not going to actually take out this $100. I will leave it in the account, and actually I'm going to transfer it to my PayPal, and I'm going to actually donate that to the Hurricane Relief Fund for this month. So that's that. Couponing, I'm going to say $50. That will get me some inserts and then get me started with building up my extra bucks back at CVS. Gas would be $600. Gas is on a little bit of the steep side this month, and that's because we are going to be traveling twice this month, heading back to, and actually I think I may have over budgeted there because I put in gas here. Huh. Okay, hold on, because this is not going to be correct. Let me redo that as I'm now thinking about it, because I did include gas there. So that's 2. So let me take out 200 here. 200 less because we won't need that. Not that it makes a huge difference, but you know, every dollar counts. So now we're at $2,919 for cash. Okay. A little bit better. All right. So we don't need that 200 for gas. Let me make myself a note. Not needed for gas. Okay. So moving on. Auto gas is $600. The hubby's getting $200 this month for blow money. Typically, we get about $120 a piece. He's getting a little bit extra. He's going to a college football game with a friend. The friend purchased a ticket, so the deal is the hubby will cover the parking and then food while they're at the stadium. Also, $200 for his safety glasses at work. Now, we're expected to get reimbursed up to 100%. But I'm going to go ahead and factor it in this way. We all know how those reimbursements work with work. You may not get it back that same month. So it may not be until next month that we actually see that $200 coming back. So when it comes back, we'll just add it back in as income. My blow money would be $50. I really don't need anything. I'm not in need of anything. When it comes to my nails and my hair, all of that is already covered in our budget. So $50 would be if I want to go and buy $50 worth of stickers for my planner. If I want to go and buy, I don't know, a new purse or something, it would go towards that. But I'm not in need of anything, so I'm only taking $50 for myself this month. Our hair and nails is $285 for the month. Lola is $54. Fall activities for the family is $200. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing because we're actually going to be traveling again twice this month. So we're traveling the weekend before Jada's birthday, and then we're traveling at the end of the month. So I'm just going to budget out $200 depending on what we ended up doing, whether it's here at home or when we travel back home to Louisiana. Not quite sure. Jada's birthday is coming up. $200 is always our standard fund budgeted amount for birthdays, and I have that in the birthday sync fund, so I'm just going to pull that out of there to cover whatever we end up doing, which is going to be dinner, etc. Kids payroll is 120. Again, I doubt that we even use that amount for the month, because we're not going to be paying, not that we're not going to pay, the 2 older kids already missed 2 weeks. So anyways, 120, but I doubt we need all of that. Okay, and then the repair for the Ford is going to be $450. So I have a all leak on my truck, so we got to get that repaired. Now I'm budgeting $450. It's actually like $390 something with tax. I'm saying $450 just to give me a buffer, just to be safe than sorry. All right, sorry about that. The camera cut off for a second. And then also I wanted to get the carpet and my sofa cleaned. My sofa and the carpet's clean, so that's going to cost right about $180. It's typically $170 plus tax, so I'm just budgeting out $180 for that. And then again, traveling $630. So the first weekend that we're traveling is when I'm going to put the truck in the shop to get repaired. So I'm going to rent a small vehicle for me and the kids to go back down in. And the reason I'm doing it this way, let me explain why we're going back out of town. So long story short, my aunt has her annual breast cancer awareness walk and survivor walk. I think it's all wrapped into one. It starts at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's no way that we would get out there in time. It's back home in Louisiana. No way we would get out there in time on a Saturday morning unless I left home at like, 4 in the morning. That's just not going to happen. So we are going to leave out on Friday, the kids and I. Leaving on a Friday, spending the night, getting up and doing the Saturday walk and all that stuff there. Just going to be there for the weekend. So the hubby works Friday late and the son works Friday. Therefore, we're taking 2 vehicles. So anyways, long story short, my truck is going into the shop. I'm going to rent a small vehicle, and that is also included in this travel expense. And then again, we're going to go back down towards the end of the month for my nephew's birthday and all that stuff there. So I'm budgeting $630 for travel total. So with all that being said, that was a mouthful. That's $2,919 total cash envelopes, cash flowed, however you want to look at it. The amount we're putting on in cash. Now, one may look at that and say, ouch, which I am. But keep in mind that this is covering our food, covering our auto gas, also covering personal money and just those luxury expenses like getting my nails done, getting my hair done, and the girls' hair, hair and nails, and it also covers the guys getting haircuts and all that stuff there, etc. So if this wasn't on paper and I wasn't budgeting on paper, let's be like legitimately for real, I would be swiping my debit card here, there, and everywhere to cover these type of expenses. This is guilt-free spending. This allows me to spend my money as we choose, pretty much. I say my money because it's all mine, but it allows us to spend our money. Everything else is going to be accounted for and taken care of. Now, if something happened, and let's say paycheck was short, hubby didn't get paid hours, or he got sick and didn't work and didn't have sick time, blah, blah, blah. Of course, all of this would be adjusted at that point. Then I have to say to myself, okay, do I really need to have $285 for the month to go to hair and nails? Maybe I'm just not going to go and get my hair done and wash it myself. God forbid that ever happens. But you get the gist. If we needed to pull or reassess anything here, we can definitely do so. Non-negotiable is getting the Ford fixed. We got to get the all leak fixed. It's not an option. Non-negotiable obviously is auto gas. The hubby got to get back and forth to work. Now, gas for me, it's pretty kind of optional. The places that I really go is to take Jalen to work now, drop the kids off in the morning to school the days that I need to when Maddie has to be to school early. But other than that, I really don't need to travel throughout the day. So anyways, you get my gist. So on and so forth. So that is the plan for now. Now, what I'm going to do off camera is I will come back and put in my income totals, and they calculate how much it actually should be going towards debt for the entire month, pretty much. So that'll be that. And again, that'll be pretty much it. So let me do that right fast. All right, so I am estimating that we should be able to put at the very least $1,300 towards debt this month. At the very least. Now, this is definitely going to be give or take based on everything else that's going on, based on what the utilities actually come out to, if it's a huge difference or not, etc., etc. And then also based on any side income that we may get from side hustles and all that stuff there, will definitely dictate how much we actually put towards debt. So what we do is we pay ourselves first. We budget out and we pay our tithes, and then from there, all of, you know, the money that we pay for ourselves. So our savings, sync funds are included in that, personal money, money that we need day in and day out. All of that happens first, and then everything that's remaining gets dumped onto debt. That's how we've been doing it for forever now, since I've been doing like a zero-based budget, somewhat following Dave Ramsey zero-based budget, and then somewhat doing my own thing pretty much. But anyways, that just seems to work for us. So we do not save what's left after we spend. We save and then we spend what's left from there, if that makes sense. So based on what I know I need to save will dictate whether or not I get my hair done, get my nails done, will dictate whether or not we go out to eat, will dictate whether or not we eat chicken for the entire month, or if we throw in some steak also, or even some fish, so on and so forth. So again, we save first and then spend afterwards. So I hope that made sense, guys. Of course, if you have any questions in regards to budgeting at all, how I work my numbers, how I do everything, what all this gibberish is, etc., 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 definitely leave me a comment down below. And of course, I would love to know, have you done your October budget? How is it shaping up for you? What goals have you set for yourself for October? Definitely leave me a comment down below. And until next time, guys, bye.